And I've always thought about this. We always say, and I've heard this in the white evangelical church, of they want to go out and spread the gospel around the world, and they want to be part of God's mission of spreading the gospel, mission oriented churches. And I think God has a sense of humor, and God says, hey, you don't have to go out to the world. I'm going to bring the world to you.
Right.
And God has a sense of humor and said, if your heart is really a heart for me, you're going to welcome the stranger, because I told Israel to welcome the stranger in their land. I've always told everyone to welcome the stranger, because by your job in welcoming the stranger is letting them know about who I am. It ain't about you. And so the whole policy is we are better off when we don't always have to worry about us, and also reach across somewhere else and helping other people as well.
And here's my view, if I put a theological twist on it. I think America was positioned very uniquely, and it's always been a fight against that, to be, they call us a melting pot, but I would say a stew pot would be more appropriate, where we have differences, but we're all simmering in the same same pot. And so the benefit of each other is wearing off on each other. Like even okra tastes good when it's in the stew, because you also got the other stuff to give it good flavor in there. Onions taste good, on and on and on. Whereas a melting pot, everybody becomes the same. And I think that's not what the idea of America is. So I think what God was trying to do, or what God is doing in building his kingdom, is building the church. And the church has to be, in order to make up the dynamics of what God is building, and it's not based on race, but it's based on diversity. He'd bring together people who would probably never get together, other than being under the same blood of Christ. And he is sort of building that model so that the whole world can see something very, very different. What he claims to do with the kingdom, or desires to do with the kingdom, could have happened in the United States better than any other place, because the kind of unity that God was looking for, where our allegiance to him were the primary glue that tied us together, our commitment to his laws, his standards, and things of that nature. Our willingness to walk away from that because of superficial differences is where I think we are going to get to a point where God says, man, you were designed for me to, as a primary tool for me to be able to use to achieve my kingdom agenda, but now you have become, as the Jews were, you become very, very separatist minded. You become very sort of me, myself, and I, a degree of arrogance, all those things that make us less than that.
Yeah, and so for us to fight for, or to identify with the oppressed, is to go against the spirit of this age. And the spirit of this age is civil rights or individual rights, and Laodicea. And that's what Laodicea means, is individual rights. And I believe we're in the last church age, historically, spiritually, and physically. And it tells us to be overcomers. And I think that a part of being an overcomer is understanding the spiritual warfare that's going on now in our age. And that is against this tribalism and individualism that seeks to bring disunity in the church.
Yeah. Or sins in a way of us ever really becoming the church that God has called us to be.
Yeah, and so that's part of our responsibility then, is to speak out, or to identify with those that are less fortunate, and then say, hey, are those that are being attacked, because at any moment in time, we're always under attack.